Okay, I have to start. Hello, welcome to day 2 of posting every day for this year, which is 230 days when I started, uh, of applying my life to the current astrology. Okay, so I set a time for myself to show up every day, well, here's the thing. It's unrealistic for me to think that I'm going to be able to to actually film a real-time video every day. As a person who has been trying to really be realistic, not set unrealistic expectations, and then end up burning out or not being consistent because I'm like thinking, okay, every day, I know myself. There's some people that just have the energy to just be front row center, like those YouTubers that post every day. We all have to be self-aware to know what we can commit to. Now, there's a way to be consistent every day, I believe, in anything in life, but I'm just going to apply it to my situation, and that's posting on social media, is to have a plan. The moon is still in Capricorn. So if you have a plan, then you will always be good, all right, in the long term. So, meaning I need to, well, I have a bunch of videos that I could post for the days that I just am not able to show up for. I mean, because I don't know, like I may have an event or I may, when I get booked and busy, okay, as a practitioner and as an astrologer and everything like that, I may have those days where it's just I'm booked out or just anything, could happen. I just have to make sure that I have videos ready to be posted before I start. I mean, as I'm talking, I'm like, why am I starting to talk about this? But I just felt like I just wanted to talk to you guys because I want you guys to know, like, and for anybody that's trying to be consistent out there of something, is to just don't set unrealistic expectations. Wow! Round of applause. She can actually talk. You know what I've been realizing now that the Mercury, which rules Mercury in astrology, rules our thoughts and our communication, is now in the sign of Taurus. And I have really been getting caught up in my speech. It's like, because Mercury's in Taurus, which is an earth sign. We know it's Taurus season. I've talked about it. Slowing down, grounding yourself, being present. So, calm, being calm, speaking calmly, thinking, grounding your thoughts before you speak, just that kind of thing. Now, when there's like certain transits, like the outer energy, which is the transits, meaning like Mercury's in Taurus, the sun is in Taurus, when I say the moon is in Capricorn, those are outer energies. That's the collective energy that we're all being affected by. But remember, we still have our internal energies, which is our astrology chart. So because I'm an Aquarius sun, I'm an Aries moon, I'm a Pisces risings, I have a lot of like internal passion and fire in me. And I think I have noticed that this Mercury and Taurus have forced me to slow down and ground my thoughts before I speak. But the passion in me that wants to talk, or like the passion is like clashing with the Mercury and Taurus, because another thing that is important to note is whatever the outer transiting energy is, the collective energy, sometimes if it doesn't, if it's not compatible with some of your inner energy, which is the placements that you have in your astrology chart, you may you may not struggle, but you may have to work through that. Like for example, for me, since the Mercury in Taurus is causing me to slow down a little bit whenever with my like thoughts, even my ideas, really thinking and taking the time, whatever comes to my mind, to really sit with it before to sit with it and see, or just slowing down even the way when I talk, but it's not natural to me. So I've been realizing I've been getting my words jumbled more than it already is, because I was born during a Mercury retrograde. My Mercury is my natal Mercury, my internal energy astrologically in my chart. I was born with the Mercury in Taurus. I mean, not Mercury in Taurus, with the Mercury in Capricorn. So I've just been like, I don't know, having to really like slow down when I'm talking and not try to talk so fast, even though, because like I said, because I have the Aries moon, when I get excited or I'm talking about something that I'm excited about, then the passion comes, and then I want to just spew it out, but I've been struggling and have been forced to maybe take a breath and just like process my thoughts and just slow my talking down more. And I noticed that if anybody has Mercury in Taurus, they typically talk slower. I don't know any Mercury in Taurus people, but they usually talk like a slower, grounded way. So, and they process their thoughts a little slower too. So, it's so funny because I actually, and shout out to, I don't know if my, is the lady that I work for, um, she is a Taurus. Honestly, I was thinking about asking her to like do a little interview with her. I don't know if she'll be interested in that, but I don't know. But maybe she will. Actually, I feel like she probably will. Because for Taurus season, and she's a Mercury in Taurus, and I really want to start bringing on people who have the placements, the transiting placements, so then we can get a real life representation of that energy. I mean, we're all feeling it, but someone who has it will be the best way. I would love to interview them to, see their thoughts, or like how is their real life experience of being a example Mercury in Taurus person. How is it if any sun in Taurus? So if you have any of the, like, if you're a Taurus, I'm gonna leave my email down below. Go and please, like, I want to start interviewing people with the transits and just in general. But yeah, specifically for that, I would love to interview you. If you're Sun in Taurus, or you have Mercury in Taurus, or Venus is also in Aries right now. So, but yeah, any Sun in Taurus energy, I would love to talk to. So, but I was just gonna say for her, sorry, I was gonna say, and this matters because this is important for all of us, to know, which is why it's really, really like important for us to remember to slow down. This is not the time to rush. This is the time to actually move slow. Now, so obviously I talked about that in my when I talked about Taurus season, but now because the Mercury's in Taurus too, so our energy and our mind and the way that we communicate our thoughts really want to be grounded. So yeah, just slowing down, breathing through intentional breath work, breathing when you're feeling mentally scattered. If you feel that way, which, maybe if you're trying to make something happen quicker, or force something to happen quicker, to move quicker, to do a lot, you're going to get slowed down in some way. If you feel that. So just if you feel that, like, don't resist. Stop resisting. Just like just remind yourself, like, this is not the time to move fast. Do a little bit, excuse me, do a little bit every day to work towards whatever you're working towards. Don't set unrealistic expectations, okay? So like for me, I feel like I'm talking in circles at this point. That's another thing I feel like Mercury and Taurus people energy does. They usually talk about the same things, or like they'll go in circles to process their thoughts. But what I think that helps them to really ground their thoughts to solidify it too, because that's the owner that I love her. But it's interesting when she talks and how we communicate, because I'm just like really quick with, process like everything, and with her I've had to learn like to really just let her process her thoughts and be like patient with my, like, she has taught me a lot of patience, and I don't even think she knows this. I love her for it. But I just notice myself, like, sometimes the Aries moon in me wants to like rush through, like even when we have meetings or something, I'll just have to like, okay, I just have to just like slow down and let her and everything like that. So, or even if I like want to speak, I see her trying to say something and I could speak for her, I just like let her process. So that's just a little funny example of Mercury and Taurus. Okay, so let's talk about today. So I'm going to first talk about my day. I'm just going to talk about my day. And I'm actually going to do something that I meant to do yesterday, but I think I just got so excited, I guess, about when I turned on the camera to start filming. I want to sometimes, if I feel like I didn't write anything too personal, I really want to share my thoughts that come to me through my morning meditations. Because I usually feel like in the mornings I have the most clarity, I'm the most connected, and that's where I receive my guidance in the messages. So I feel like I want to share that, and then I'll talk about my day, and then we'll look at the astrology for today. So I think actually I'm gonna share what came up for me today. And then I'm going to share what came up for me yesterday, because I need to. I felt that this morning that I needed to do that. So I'm going to start. Okay. So for today, this morning. So during my meditation, after I finished, I wrote, "It hasn't been easy for me to ground myself. I've been struggling a bit with centering during my meditations. Um, so feeling like usually when I know I'm the most grounded, I am able to get in, like, calm my mind or feel calm and like present. That's the word. During my during my meditations, when it's easy, when I feel centered, I feel present. I'm not as like wired, if that makes sense. And sometimes, yes, like I just noticed recently, it's been harder for me for the past couple of days to settle into my meditation. And also, like, during my meditation, especially today, I just got like random weird thoughts. And that's what I was going to say. I said I got random thoughts, weird, crazy thoughts or words that came up in my mind. And yeah, just like things that came in my mind. And I had to remember, I said I have to remember, or I just shush away the thoughts that are not mine. I have to remind myself that they are just passing through, or I tell myself they are just passing through. And I wrote, "You aren't your thoughts." Sometimes crazy stuff comes in your mind. Just let it pass through. Or I'll usually even say this out loud or think this, but most likely say it. And I'll just be like, especially if something really crazy comes up, or like a fear of mine, or worry or whatever, I just be like, not my thoughts. Those are not my thoughts. I'm like, I'll just like say that, like, no, that's not my thoughts. Like, I'll just tell myself that, like, not mine. Um, so, um, and then I said I woke up overthinking about yesterday, about my first post that I posted here yesterday. Um because I felt even though the message yesterday was that I was choosing to be messy instead of trying to be perfect, like to show up messy, quote unquote, but as my like self, whether that is organized or this perfect picture of this perfect ensemble of who I would like to be viewed as like this girl that has her stuff together, or just, I don't know. I mean, I do know. Let me stop saying I do this thing where I say, I don't know, just has a filler word, and I just need to stop, because actually I do know. I just need to. And then also I'm trying to be aware of my speech when it comes to me saying a lot, because I noticed that I do that. And I do feel like I have a little bit of an, not insecurity, but a hyper awareness of my communication skills. I don't I would benefit from going to like one of those, see, I just did it again. One of those speech classes. I really do. And the ones that help people with public speaking, uh I went a long time ago with my boyfriend and his mom, like years ago, like when we first started, when we first got together. And I saw something on social media about it, like now I'm gonna be conscious every time when I say like, even though a lot of people say that, but it's just something, maybe as you get older you realize the things that you just want to improve on. That this is very much a Capricorn energy talk too. Cuz yeah, um I feel as a person with Mercury and Capricorn that I definitely like to, I want to be able to mm, I may be hard on myself about the way that I communicate, because it doesn't do any justice, in my opinion, to the knowledge that is behind the words or the way that I formulate my thoughts. Meaning, I feel so much smarter than I may appear or present as, especially when I talk, because some people are just so good at the way that they communicate. They sound super professional. Um and I feel like I don't. Um so look at me trying to trying to but anyways, it's not a bad thing. I'm not getting on myself. This is called being aware, and it's okay if you decide that you want to improve on certain things. That's actually amazing. I'm giving myself grace. I'm not saying that I'm just this horrible communicator, but I do realize that maybe it would benefit me, even when developing my confidence around my speech. And I'm okay with talking around people, but I guess the more I've been doing it, especially with me posting stuff on online and then watching the video back, I'm just like, oh, um I'm saying a lot. And yeah, see that, I'm doing a lot of that, which is okay to do every now and then, but this actually is a perfect topic for me to be talking about. It's very aligned to the current astrology, because The sun, like I said, is in Taurus. Mercury, like I said, is in Taurus. And in my astrology chart, the house that rules Taurus is my third house, which is represents communication, how you communicate. Um, and I already knew that when Taurus entered my third house, I was gonna have like a lot. I was gonna be doing a lot of talking and communicating on a day to day basis, because the third house represents your daily life too, like who you talk to, who you communicate with, um, your day to day rituals, that kind of thing, where you go around your neighborhood, and just that, learning. There's just all of the things. Okay, so that aligns well. Okay, anyways, let's go back to my writing. This is also a third house theme of me writing, journaling my thoughts, and then sharing it with just sharing it. That's very third housey as well. Mercurial. So I said I woke up overthinking my post yesterday. So that was that. Then I said a friend. Oh, that's what I forgot to mention this, which I'll read it in yesterday. But I said yesterday I reached out to a friend and I was overthinking that as well. We'll talk a little bit more about that. Um, I said I was thinking about all the things that I should have said and why I did not say this. And that even has to do with the video that I put out yesterday. I'm checking to make sure this thing is not locked. So another thing I noticed is that I had a lot of ideas, and have been having a lot of ideas come to me. I said I wanted to let the day go by to experience. Oh, okay. So then I was thinking about how I want to structure these videos, which, let me let you know, may change, because as I talked about yesterday, I am going through a Pluto transit, okay? I've been going through that, okay? So, and also Uranus is in Taurus too, and that's in my third house. So the way that I communicate, I am in the journey of, once again, breaking free out of outdated like my mindset around the way that I communicate. For example, even when there was a time when I would post my YouTube videos, especially when I was doing hair content, that I rarely talked. I rarely talked, which is so sad, because I feel like my biggest asset is my knowledge that I have. I feel like my internal knowledge and ideas and experiences are so valuable. That is me to my core of being a conversationalist, and being able to talk about just everything and give good advice, through my experiences. And there's just so much. So I just am, no wonder I had this whole transition, and God was like, all right, it was cool for you to do your creative, stuff. It's great because that is a part of you, but we need to shake things up, because your true part of you that needs to be your gift, that is a part. I'm an Aquarius sun. I am meant to make an impact in the world through communication, uh, sh- sharing my ideas, having innovative ideas, using my innovative ideas to make an impact on the world in the future reference of the future of the world, blah blah blah. Connecting with groups, helping people through my my ideas, my different ways of thinking, and all of that, right? um, making a change through that. So I was never going to do that. I mean, I did it in a little way as far as like the way that I approached my hair content. It was innovative. It was different. I would do different hairstyles and all, and I would, have maybe a little different approach to the way that I on my journey, blah blah. But it was too surface level. It was too shallow. Not shallow. It was just too surface level that I was meant to do more. So, but then I did. I still was on social media. I was connecting to groups, so that. But I had to get shooken up, and um, I had to break free from my comfort zone of just not talking, because talking is uncomfortable sometimes. Like sharing your thoughts, sharing your ideas, sharing what you want, sharing your feelings. Those can be a little uncomfortable. I remember when I first started talking on camera, or even more, I was just so conscious of every word that I said. And what sometimes critiqued myself and be like, why, am I talking like this, or why can I be more natural when I talk, or oh, I didn't say this and I meant to say this, or blah 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 blah. Okay, so I'm on my journey, and of through, like, communication is a big theme for me too, the way that I communicate, and just certain things. So journaling has been really helping me to process my thoughts, and I think it'll be good for all of you, anybody who struggles with anything that I kind of talked about, to write down your thoughts so you can better process them. And even I just learned this. Okay, this is the innovator Aquarius, or the even like connected to tech, which is AI. I think AI is a very Aquarian theme. Definitely feel like it's related to the Pluto and Aquarius. But I have done something where I'm like, oh, this would be a good idea for people to do who needs to process their thoughts, but to be able to structure their thoughts in a way that makes sense. And I've been writing out my thoughts and my feelings on AI. Okay, I haven't been doing it all the time, but this is something recent that I did. And it like formed it. It did the dang thing. And I was like, oh wow, like that was presented way better than I could have said it. And it also helped me to understand, okay, next time these feelings that I have, this is what it this is what I'm trying to actually say or process. So very, very interesting. So anyways, so yeah, I said how I want to structure my videos from now on is that I just want to experience, no, what am I saying? I said I want to, or I wrote, letting the day go by to experience how the energy plays out in my life. Then I'm going to turn on the camera at 5:00 p.m. And then I'm just gonna talk and share and share everything how I'm doing now. And then I said, unless something else happens or I'm not able to show up for whatever reason, and I would just post a pre-recorded video. Now, on Sundays, I want to let you guys know this because Sundays are going to be a little bit different, I believe. Sundays, I'm going to be doing lives. I want to be doing lives. Hopefully, I'm going to try to, because I've been feeling like I really need to go live, and I want the Sunday lives to be where I reflect on the previous week, and then I do Q&A, and then I also wanted to start doing like mini readings for people, but I will at some point be doing most likely, I think, I don't know. I saw this girl do this thing called astrology. Well, it was like called Astrology Hotline. And she pretty much gave like mini readings for shorter price than she normally would. So she had, I think it was for her a $12 hotline reading. So you just, you know, pay for it or put a $12 tip or something like that during the live. And then she'll just give you a reading, a mini reading. And I was like, you know what? That would be a good idea for me because, like I said, as much as I want to, I just feel like I'm trying to, once again, as you guys know, understand my worth and value. And I don't want to overly like give and then I feel depleted and it's just like I've done that. I feel like I've served a lot of time giving that even though it wasn't a year, but I do feel like, you know, just before I actually start doing maybe it that way, I do, because I haven't done that many readings here. I want to maybe next for this Sunday just give free readings, little free mini readings or card readings or anything like that. So yeah, just so you guys can see. And you know, I mean, if you haven't seen me do it, I feel like it makes sense before I start to charge for it, for you guys to see it so you can actually, you know, see how I do things. Okay. um no, but yeah, just to experience it and be able to, you know, do that. So yeah, it'll probably just be like a card pool you'll get, and then I'll like maybe connect it to your astrology really quick or just something like that. So I'm gonna try that out every Sundays to see, but I definitely want the Sunday videos to be live. And I have to figure out a time. I have to figure out a time that I want to do that. I'm thinking maybe it would be still be 5 o'clock. Maybe it'll be 5 to 6 every Sunday. Unless once again there's a reason I have something, maybe I have something planned. Maybe when I get a life on Sundays, when I start getting a life. I don't know. Who knows? You know. But just if not, I'll just keep in touch. I'll keep in touch. But this Sunday, which is tomorrow, if you want to join me from 5 p.m. Eastern time to 6 p.m. Eastern time, as we reflect on the week, if you have any questions, if you want me to give you a free little mini reading, yeah, then come join me for tomorrow's episode of 230 Days of Astrology. So that. Okay. All right, so this is my entry for yesterday. I said, I was overthinking a lot. I was overthinking a lot. Why do I keep saying because I feel like how I'm writing this, I'm trying to structure it in a way that you understand it, because sometimes I just jot down words and or not complete sentences, but I'm just going to read it as it shows. Overthinking a lot. My past actions, conversations. Wow. So I was doing it the same thing that I did today. That's so funny. I didn't even realize that connection. So overthinking a lot, my past actions and conversations I've had with multiple people, with all of the people I've spoken to in the past 24 hours. I have been doing a lot of talking. I did a lot of talking yesterday. Thinking about what I could do better, say better. What the freak? Show up better. Even thinking of past friends. Fear of making a mistake, saying the wrong thing. Fear of making past mistakes. Fear of this is a little personal. Fear of ruining or sabotaging new connections because of something that I said. I want to just be... What? I'm trying to understand my chicken scratch. I want to just be able... What? What, girl? What did you say? I want to just be... I don't know, but something around the lines of I want to just be something without something something or without saying the right thing. Even though I don't even know what I said. Even the quality of what I post on social media, realizing that my past friendships, connections, social media, blah blah, presence has the effect has the what the heck? I don't know. I can't read any of this. I said, but I wrote taking things too seriously. I have this responsibility that I feel like I have to do everything right. Perfectionism. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. I'm just like, okay. So yeah, those have been the themes for me. Which once again is right on time because of this, like I said, all of this energy as far as with the moon is still being in Capricorn. Tonight it's going to change into the sign of Aquarius, of an Aquarius. What? Why is this is so annoying? Who would have known that? Also, Taurus does square Aquarius, which once again, I guess I'm just being forced out of my comfort zone because I'm a 12th house Aquarius. I'm so used to just maybe talking online or maybe not talking. I don't even know, frick. I do know I'm just trying not to make this a long process of me trying to gather my thoughts online right now because I'm trying to be conscious of the time too. I guess this is a process of me being okay with showing up as I am, including how I talk imperfectly. Was that all I needed to say? No, I had some other thoughts. So, another thing. I got guided this morning to be truthful about like what I want and who I am. Meaning, when I had the podcast, and if you don't know, I had a podcast that I did called Intimate Conversations or Intimate Talks with Jess, which, by the way, I do still want to do. So if anybody, I need to like put posts out there that I'm looking for people. If anyone's interested in having a conversation where I bring people on who are going through their own journeys, they say they, talk a little bit about themselves, their, where they come from, their childhood, and then they present a topic that's been on their heart, or something that they're really passionate about, and then they discuss it, and then I pull up their astrology chart, and then we see how their journey and their passions and just whatever they said, how it aligns to their astrology. So if once again, these are all the things I guess I'm just putting out there. Maybe I did get guidance to say more, ask for what I want. And I do want to have more conversations with people. So if there's anybody out there who wants to have conversations, whether you do it through the Intimate Conversations podcast series. What was the other thing? If you are a Taurus, if you have Mercury in Taurus, would love for you to email me anything that you're interested in, whatever I like say, and if I'm looking for people, because I'm going to start saying that. Even if you're a Gemini, you can also comment down below. I mean, not comment down below. Email me, because we're gonna be getting in Gemini season soon in a couple days. So I definitely would love to talk to like a Gemini. I think it'll be cool once again for different seasons to talk to the person that we're in their season of, or even just different people with the current transiting transits and all of the current transiting energy and all of that. So yeah. But yeah, I guess I just felt like I need to be, that's what I got. My car reading, my guidance for this morning was saying that I need to be more vulnerable and open with just sharing my feelings with how they come, which yeah, aligns with exactly what I'm talking about right now, what I have been talking about, and over analyzing my communication. And yeah, well, yeah. So yeah, so I do long for to have more intimate conversations with people. I really really love having conversations that are just raw and authentic and open, and where you're processing something that you're working through. I just feel like just people who are just who have I just long to connect with people who have open hearts. I do. I really really do. I have empathy for people who where it doesn't come easy for them to just be outwardly open. I do. Um but I have yet to besides my women's circles, which is why I love having them, because it literally creates a safe space for people who have been longing for those kind of conversations, just open heart conversations. Uh Real, as raw as it could get, as deep as it can get. Nothing is off the table when it comes to your feelings. You know what you've been going through, what you've been processing. So I don't want, but I was gonna say, like, other than the women's circles, I don't have those outside of the women's circles. I mean, I guess sometimes when I go to work, because I'm around a lot of spiritual practitioners, but not even. I mean, obviously, we're not going to be pouring our hearts to each other if we're just talking and just passing by. But I just want people who don't have any guards up, or maybe feel like they have to have guards up. Because, something about me is that I really do feel like, does anybody else out there, and I feel like a lot of people with Pisces energy, because I feel like this is a Piscean thing, is how I can just see through the BS. Like, I can see through the walls, I can see through the guards, I can see through it all. And I'm just like, anybody else just want to be like, I want to say like naked, meaning like are okay with just showing up naked together and just like talking about our like exposing, not actually physically naked. Which honestly, like, how I've done that. I went to like a spa with a friend before, which is actually why probably I feel like if I think about like the most, this is gonna take the wildest extra turn, but I think it represents, there's something in there. Hold on. I need to, one sec. But yeah, there was a friend, and we went to, if I think of, out of all the friends that I've had in my life, who there was something, a different connection with that I feel like I haven't had before or experienced before. It was this girl, and our first friend date, I believe it was. If I don't know, I don't remember. Maybe the first or the second friend date that we had. We went to a spa, like the Jeju spa. I don't know if I said that right, but it's one of the spas that you go to where they have like, I want to say steam rooms, but I don't feel like it's called steam rooms. I feel like I'm butchering the word. The saunas, sorry, saunas, yes. And they all have like different saunas that have different healing properties and everything like that. So we went there, but if anybody's been to those, there's like separate locker rooms for the men and the women. And obviously the women, because you have to get changed. You have to take off your clothes, and then there are no like, there's just lockers, and you pretty much have to undress in front of everyone. And I remember the experience being so enlightening because I felt so free. Like obviously when I first went, I was just kind of like, oh my gosh, like I have to like take off my clothes. But I mean, it was a brief thought, because when I went in there, like everybody, like the women were naked. There were some women that was walking around, because then you also have like a space where they have pools, or like little, like a water area, or like pool area, or jacuzzi space where like women could just be naked and be in the jacuzzi. And there's also like, where they can get like body scrubs. And it's like literally the epitome of what I internally seek. That intimate, not even like, once again, when I say intimate, it's not like sexual or anything like that. It's just the level of like freedom of people being their true selves. I mean, literally they're naked, and just being free and taking care. Like, I don't know. There's something so sacred about that you don't see in the everyday world, because everybody is so guarded, so masked up. And it's just like, as a person who can like see through that, it just feels so lonely, because it's like, where are the people who are just free? I want that. Who are just open, who are just enlightened, who is just, I don't know, that energy. So when we went, and by the way, I've gone to them before, but I never went in that area, in the naked room, I'm gonna call it. That's not what it's called. But I've never went in there before. I would just go, put my clothes, take off my clothes, put the clothes on, and then I would go straight to the saunas. But she was like, oh, I told her, I remember telling her like, hey, like, because we went to a different one, the one that I've never been to. I went to another, but we went to a different one. So I was like, hey, I'll follow your lead, whatever you're doing, like I'll do. And she was like, well, I do go into the naked room or whatever. Like, are you comfortable? And I remember a split second of being like, because I didn't expect it. It was literally like when we first got there. And I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah. Even though once again, I was a little bit like, I've never done anything like that before. So, but I was like, yeah. And like just seeing how normal it was for her to just, take off her clothes and just go, and like how everybody else was, and me doing it, it felt like there was something that opened up within me, because I did it, and then we, experienced it, and it was so, I felt like that was a different experience that I've ever had with a friend, because it was just two women who was just comfortable within themselves, and it wasn't like, I don't know how to describe it, but it was so pure. Yeah. So pushing past the vulnerability state, the like I don't know, I mean, you're so vulnerable, you're naked, of course, so it's like anything, your imperfections and whatever, it's just, so, and it's not like we were paying attention to that, but it was just, we were like in the jacuzzi and we were just having a conversation, and in my head I'm like, wow, this is like, is this what it feels like to be like a liberated woman? And then just seeing all the other women there just walking, and just like, I'm just like, can I stay in this world, in this reality? I don't want to go back into the fake world, the world of people just having this like that. I just like it, just, so yeah, there was, ever since then, there was a different connection that I felt like I had with her, unspoken, by the way. I don't think she knows this. And I'm just like, yeah, I just want to have more friendships like that. And we actually are still long distance friends, but she moved, and so unfortunately we're not as close. But yeah, so that is the definition of what I long for. Someone that I could just be naked with. Not really, but the raw and the openness of that. And that even means, like, I mean, obviously that's more internal, like the feelings, and like being able to share exposed without the, like, you're just open. I guess open-hearted is the best way that I can describe it. So, I do and have been feeling lonely. I feel like I'm always going to feel lonely, a sense of internal loneliness. If Even though I may have so many people around me and so much support, because it's not like, yeah, like I'm so blessed, and but it's the quality of the people that I'm around, or it's just like those kind of connections are what's gonna feel that, like, that desire. It's always going to be like that calling for something more, something deeper. So that's why I want to create it myself. I just realized that I want to create that myself. And so for me to create it, though, I have to be more open about like what I want. So that made me also think. So I was, once again, like I said yesterday, I was talking to a Patreon member, and she told me that there was a group chat area in the Patreon where we can like have like a group chat, and I was like, oh wow, that would be great. That's like, and I feel like that would be like the missing piece to because when I envisioned the Patreon, I envisioned it as an extension for when we do the women's circles, to continue the connection on Patreon, to continue the sharing your story, your guidance, if you need any extra guidance, or if you need whatever there. And so to have like a group chat that we can go to and just stay connected into the next women's circle, and we just help each other and guide each other on our journeys. And maybe like, there's a place like we could share, our like one of the girls is a poet, so she, I've been saying like, oh, you should like share your poetry on there. And we can, there's just certain things like, even like, well well, there's even a time like we were even talking about like sharing like Bible verses and like like just the cards that we got, because there, I, in that episode that I had with a girl named Faith, she was talking about her journey and through like her Christianity journey, but being more spiritual, but still being connected to the Bible. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I would still love to like, see what I just want it to be a space where people are just sharing, expressing themselves to what feels natural for them, and like sharing the connections they had in their life and what resonates with them. And just, it's just their art too. We were talking about how we can like show like our outfit ideas. I mean, not our outfits, but do like post our outfits and just whatever. And that is exactly what I, want. So I actually took the time to do that this morning to like start the group chat. So yeah, but I want to be able to, obviously that's that's paid, a monthly paid subscription, but obviously like on here I still want to be able to provide, that for people who can't pay or whatever. So I'm just trying to find more ways to have those authentic connections for people who long for it just like me, and instead of me like trying to seek it out, like I want to create it. Because another thing, and lastly I want to talk about today, is that I realized that there are not enough people of color. Well, I don't know why I said people of color, because well, yeah, well, I'm not gonna say people of color. Let me refrain that. I'm gonna speak from my experience as a Black woman, because when I say people of color, it could be Black, women. It could be like Hispanic woman, or just anybody. But I'm not gonna speak from that. Let me speak from my experience as a Black woman. I feel like there's not many Black women, or Black people, but Black women who, in my experience, maybe I'm just not connected to that yet, of like who are into like the spirituality aspect, or maybe outwardly, because even when the times that I've had my women's circles, there's only been like maybe 5 Black women, and I've been doing the women's circle since last June, and I can probably count like 5 Black women that's been there, but most of the time I'm like the only Black woman. And I started to realize that like just recently as a theme. And I'm just like, that just makes me think of why. And it's just interesting. So I want to change that. And so yeah, that puts an extra layer that I didn't even think about, but I feel like it's so much of an importance, as a Black woman putting herself out there, because as a lot of us Black women have been raised to be this strong, I don't need nobody, independent woman, or whatever ideal, or keeping things to yourself, trying to have this tough exterior. That's not me. That's not me. I'm so longing for deeper connections, and not even for me, but for other people to have deeper connections, um and to create a space for like-minded people who are looking for that depth, looking for that open-hearted, um looking for like people who put in the work on themselves, the internal, external, just overall mind, body, soul work on themselves. uh People who take their life seriously, but also know how to balance it with having fun and all the extra stuff like that. But, you know, yeah, I know it shouldn't be so hard to find, but I guess I had to just show up consistently every day to reach them. Um, so yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today. Oh no, sorry. Supposed to be looking at the astrology. So we talked about how this all relates to the moon in Capricorn. Okay, so today's astrology. Okay, so see, this hasn't even happened yet. So that makes me feel a little like okay. So today the sun is going to be conjoining Uranus, and Mercury is going to be squaring Mars. It hasn't done that yet. The sun that is in Taurus is going to be conjuncting Uranus in Taurus, which shows me some sort of like change, disruption, uh something around that, innovation. Mercury squaring Mars. Mars is in Leo. Mercury, thoughts, communication, squaring Mars. Our thoughts and the way that we communicate, or something around that lines, squaring with like the ego or something, or like wanting to do something, but the desire to do something, but needing to be like slowed down to act on something, but needing to like slow down. Something around those lines. Let's pull a card. Let's get guidance for this energy. So I'm gonna pull some cards right now. Okay, that took a while. But in the midst of me trying to connect, I heard I don't like the energy of like arguing. Hmm. I don't like that energy. But that when I see Mercury square Mars, that's what it could implement. Just needing to really slow down, process your thoughts before speaking them, and don't being ruled by your drive, because Mars is in Leo, which is all about kind of like wanting, if I think about it, maybe wanting and needing attention, or maybe needing to be performative, or just the desire to have like attention, or like to be loved, or to be that, and maybe to be seen, and like your mind, maybe, like, I don't know, I just felt that, I felt the arguments, or something, some friction. Okay, so the first message is body talk. All right, so this is pretty much guiding anyone, you guys, to pay attention to your body, to take care of your body. Take care of your body, because your body may be sending you signals that you need to take care of it in some way. It's not 100% feeling taken care of, and it may be like, you need to, there's something that it needs more of from you, whether you need to, just sit with your body, and just really try to like see, what do you need? Have you been taking care of it? What does it feel like it needs? Is it tired? Does it want to, yeah, is it tired? Do you feel like you need to stretch? Like for me, if I think about my body, it feels like I've been feeling like very creaky and stiff. Or not stiff, but a little achy. Like I definitely feel like I could use to like some yoga. Like even today I've been, and this is like I really don't want to age myself, but I heard that when you get into your late 20s, especially 20 to 30, you start to realize the creaks in your body. And I noticed that today cuz today I was cleaning and I felt that. And I was like, what is my body doing here? Acting like I haven't stretched it in that long. And so I'm like, all right, I need to stretch out my body. I have been dancing a lot today, so that's another thing of like dancing helps to release the energy that I've been feeling around just in general. So like maybe if you're not fulfilled in whatever way that you want to, because once again, Leo represents like love and creative expression. Maybe do something instead of like picking an argument or taking your feelings of like whatever you feel out on people. You know, just do something creative for yourself. Or dance or just do something for you. Fill your love tank instead of like maybe looking for others to or trying to seek attention to do that. So yeah. See, I'm already starting to feel, yeah, I definitely can benefit from. Also probably could benefit from a bath too, but so yeah, think about do some body care. Do some body care today. Today or tomorrow, but today or tonight will be fine. All right, so we have the 3 of Cups. Oh my gosh, I've never received this. So this is definitely for the collective because I've never received any of these cards. I never received the 3 of Cups. How beautiful. Okay, but it's reversed, so not beautiful. I'm just kidding. Okay, so 3 of Cups, 4 of Swords, and okay, 3 of Cups reversed. Oh, sorry, let me show you. 3 of Cups reversed. 4 of Swords, which already tells me communication. Some maybe okay. And we got 6 of Wands reversed. All right, so let me try to interpret it by myself with the tarot, and then I'm going to use AI to give better descriptions or give more description. All right, so 3 of Cups. So for me, Cups, obviously, from what I've learned, rules your emotions. So, see, I need to learn about the numbers because I'm still not not good at numerology, or understanding the numbers, but maybe there's a release of some emotions that we're gonna be having or experiencing. Release. There's something tied to emotions and internal emotions. Yeah. Maybe feeling like you want maybe this represents the love that you are wanting or longing for, but you're needing to like internalize that or give that love on yourself or something. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Okay, 4 of Swords. So Swords represents the mind and the communication, which makes you think of that Mercury and Taurus energy. There's a disappointment that's happening here. There's some disappointment. Poor girl is just laying down those swords represents like maybe hurt, pain, yeah, maybe some hurt feelings or some defeat or something. Okay, 6 of Wands. Wands has to do with creativity, joy, and that's reversed too. Seems like we're gonna need to be giving ourselves something that we're the joy, the love, the care. needing to take care of ourselves, or maybe to release it through convert, or maybe to talk, or maybe not though, because I actually wouldn't I see Mercury square Mars would not be the best time to like have a conversation. I don't know. Yeah, I'll probably avoid that, and maybe for you to, which is kind of hard. So once again, if you're battling with the Mars and Leo is very like outward, can be a little like dramatic about its like feelings. So you may be feeling certain things strongly, but it's not really a good time for you. And it's fire, but Mercury is like process your feelings. Mercury is trying to slow you down, or Earth, or ground the feelings, grounded. So in order for you to like still be able to move the energy best, like you do need to do something that takes care of you or of your body. Listen to what your, or maybe listen to what your body needs. Take some time to process your feelings first before reacting, perhaps. So that's my interpretation. Let me enter it in. Enter it. All right. So also, yeah, because the sun is going to be in Uranus, there's going to be some sort of like change or something unexpected. So yeah, I would just be very careful about, and maybe avoid having any serious conversations, because some feelings that you may have may perhaps trigger some conversations that are probably not going to be the best right now for you to have, because you are there's too much. And then sometimes with the Leo energy, that could be tied to like ego too, so you just don't you just I just feel like I will avoid that. And maybe once again, by doing that, you just do some things to take care of you. The sun, and once again, Taurus energy is about like seeking pleasure and slowing down and grounding. So maybe if you like focus on that and avoid. But let's see. Let's see. All right. So I entered it. Okay. So the overall themes of this reading is recovery, reevaluation, and inner realignment. Um so for the body, okay. Well, okay. Oh wait, why is it doing this? Okay, so I just entered all the cards. Okay. Says for the body talk, this card often signals a message from the physical body. It may be urging the collective to slow down and listen to what's going on internally, physically, and emotionally. Okay. There's likely a call to rest, restore balance, or process suppressed feelings that may be manifesting as physical symptoms. Yep. Three of Cups reversed, disconnection, overindulgence, or social burnout. This could indicate a period where relationships or social circles feel strained. Miscommunications, feelings of exclusion, or emotional disconnection may be surfacing. There's a sense of needing space from external noise to reconnect with one's own needs. Okay. Four of Swords, rest, reflect, and healing. This supports the body talk message to take time out. The collective may be in or entering a period of necessary solitude or mental recuperation. It's not avoidance. It's a strategic pause, Taurus theme, for recalibration. Six of Wands reverse. Delays in recognition, imposter syndrome, or internalized failure. There is a theme of feeling unseen or unappreciated despite effort. This may reflect challenges with confidence, validation seeking, or struggling to find motivation after setbacks. The reverse Six of Wands asks the collective to redefine your definition of success. What is success? Redefine what that means from you. Redefine it from an internal lens rather than an external applause. So, yeah, okay. All right. I could apply that to my own theme. So, overall, the message summary is this card reading speaks to the need for rest, emotional detox, and redirection of energy inward. The collective may be dealing with fatigue, emotionally, socially, or even spiritually. There's an invitation to listen to the body, honor emotional boundaries, and recalibrate self-worth away from external validation, which makes me think of the Mars and Leo energy that actually likes the external validation. That charges it up, but you're not gonna this is not that's not what you need to be trying to validate. You need to be getting the validation for yourself, meaning like, how does this make me feel? Like, for instance, even for me posting these videos, like, which probably is going to apply to me, which is fine. So that means if I get like low views, I can't just be like, oh, okay, I'm not going to do it. Nobody's watching it, but this feels good for me to do. I really enjoy doing this. I would be doing this if I wasn't filming it. So, yeah. So that to keep doing it because it feels good for me. The success is that I came here, I showed up, and I actually like connected everything. And this was actually very healing for me because I was able to like process my feelings around like what I'm yearning for and what I need. And yeah. And like I said, is it still not something? I mean, internally, I have to be patient because also, once again, I'm just like, just because I have this clarity and this thought of like, okay, this is what I want. I can't just expect just because I said it one time in a video or two times in a video or did a ad, posted an ad about the next women's circle or told you guys, hey, like, can you, like, if you're interested, like, email me. Or if I said, you know, I have my Patreon, like, you know, for anybody who want to sign up, you know, I have this group chat, we're doing this. Like, just because I put it out there and I'm excited for it and I'm like, oh, I know there's people out there, I can't get discouraged if people don't show or put any attention to any of that. Like, any of that doesn't, I have to just be patient and apply that to whatever you're like superly wanting, yearning for, excited about, wanting, you know, the same amount of attention to be shown to what you want or like needing, I don't know, you know, or anything. Apply it to your personal lives too, of the people in your life. And if you haven't been feeling like you're being seen or shown enough attention to, or the love aspect isn't there, like, this is a time for you to like retreat inward and give yourself that and still show up for yourself and redefine your success. You have achieved success if you did anything for yourself today. And it's okay if it didn't receive any external validation or credit or applause for it. So, yeah, so there's an invitation to listen to the body, honor emotional boundaries, and recalibrate self-worth away from external validation. Allow the stillness of the Four of Swords to guide the healing needed before moving forward with clarity and renewed energy. So let's do an affirmation. Look, see, ChatGPT is just too good. It says, would you like an affirmation or guided or guidance action based on this reading? Yes, we would. Yes. Not ChatGPT gonna be stealing all the practitioners' jobs. It's okay. See, this is why it's important as ChatGPT and AI starts to come out, which is actually why I don't mind using it, because at the end of the day, like, ChatGPT can't replace real true connection, and that's why I think of that as a future, because I'm like, at the end of the day, like, yes, it's important to have astrologers out there, but AI is, you can low key get a lot of astrological information from that. So it's like, how can I still make sure my value that I'm putting or whatever I decide to like get into is going to be like important still, and it's just not, because I don't know, I just feel like like I know connection will always be something that no technology can touch. So that's why I feel like, and it's just going to be actually, the more technology that's going to be out there, the more people are going to be yearning for realer conversations. But also I feel like the harder it may be for people to actually put themselves out there, because of like the reliance maybe on the social media aspect, and not being comfortable or pushing themselves past the comfort of the like one-to-one connections, which is so like sad, because it's such a, this is human. I mean, well, we're still on video, but like, even outside of this, like going to your local class and dance class or something, connecting to a community. Okay, so the affirmation is, repeat after me, everyone. I honor my body's wisdom and give myself permission to rest. Yes, we do. I do not need, this is a good one. I'm need to say this multiple times to myself. I do not need to prove my worth. I am already enough. Says, repeat this especially when feelings of comparison, burnout, or pressure to keep going arises. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wait, hold on. I'm all right. My body is like, okay, so then the guidance action. Oh my gosh. You guys are getting so much. This is so much, but it's all right. This is why I love, if you take anything away from any of this, is to, man, this is crazy. So the guidance action: unplug and reconnect inward. Take a conscious break from social media, draining conversations, or overstimulation. Even one day of intentional quiet, journaling, stretching, herbal tea, or walking in nature can help you realign with your internal compass. Very Taurus energy. Presence. Yes. Listen to what your body and heart are truly asking for. The body, the Taurus energy kind of makes me think of that, or like the presence of your body. And then your heart is like the Leo, that makes me think of like the earth and your like internal. If you work with crystals or oils, okay, it gives us guidance for that too. If you work with crystals or oils, amethyst, blue lace agate, or lavender oil can support this quieting and restorative energy. Then it keeps going with all right. Thank you, AI. You've solidified all of this. So connecting this back to everything that I've been saying is, as I process all my thoughts and my feelings and what I want, I just literally told you guys, like, what do I want? After just sitting with myself all day and just doing my morning routine this morning and really processing it, and now just like not expecting any quick action, because once again, guys, we are in Taurus season. Things are meant to go slow. I think we need to just erase our mind of any progress happen, like any like results. This is not the season, all right? We got a couple more days of Taurus season, then Gemini season, which is all gonna be a lot. It's gonna be whole different energy, okay? But in the for the next 3-4 days, let's just focus on presence, focus on being grounded, focus on finding doing pleasure pleasure for us, anything pleasurable, joyful, just really leaning into the slow living, okay? Not having any expectations, not letting the Mars and Leo energy of the desire to feel validated, to feel loved, to feel attention seen, to feel, let's just give the love to ourselves that we are seeking, yearning for. Once again, dance it out, because man, your girl has been. Also, Mars and Leo can be a little sexual, okay? So like if you feeling that, you you know, I'm an advocate of and we're all adults around here. If you're not an adult, you're kind of on the wrong channel, because this is but we're all advocates of, or I'm an advocate of self self. You can please yourself, guys, okay? That's another thing. And you may need that. I will actually encourage that for Mars and Leo's energy. Mars and Leo energy really can be like hyperly sexual. So it's like, if you're feeling that, maybe you need to go take some time to like have some personal, intimate time with yourself, okay? That will be the release you need, girlfriend. So, yeah. I think that's it. I've been talking for a freaking long time. Has it been over an hour? Yeah, probably. Wow. All right. So tomorrow, meet me back here at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Hopefully. Now, I don't know with the sun and Uranus energy. It may change the plans. So I will hopefully be here tomorrow live, 5 p.m. Eastern time to 6 p.m. Eastern time. Come with your questions. But if not, just be on the lookout for me, because I will if I decide, if plans get changed, which honestly I'm gonna be open to being flexible, because this Sun and Uranus energy is gonna be happening in my third house, which has to do with my day-to-day life. So I do have stuff to do tomorrow, so we'll see. But until from now, at this point, I will try to be there at 5 p.m. Eastern time to do our live. And if not, just look out for any notification on my social media for any changes or anything like that. So meet me back here tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern time to 6 p.m. Eastern time with your questions. And if you want a reading, then I will be open to giving that if all goes to plan, which this is funny because, like I said, we're in this Uranus energy, so it doesn't feel like all is going to go to plan, but we'll see. All right. Get you some rest, okay? Do it for you. Do something for you. Breathe. Accept slow life. Wusa. Okay? Patience. Slow and steady wins the race, honey boo boo. Give yourself some love. That love that you're seeking, give it to you. Okay? All right. I'm sending you love and hugs. Goodbye.